Hello everybody, peace and blessings to you. I hope this video meets you well. I am Letitia. I'm a 42-year-old millennial, mom of 5 children, and immigrant living in the US. I am an infj empath. I am a home managing, homeschooling mom. I am a writer, a light worker, agnostic, poet, idealist, and so many more things. I love being creative. I love doing things that bring me joy and create the energy of joy, and I love doing things that spread positivity and spread love and spread joy. The name of this channel, in case you have stumbled on me for the first time, is Letitia Learns Life, and there is a lot of different elements to what I put out on this channel, because this basically is kind of like, at the moment, a diary, a public journal, so to speak, sharing my perspective on what is happening in the world, what I'm learning from the information that I receive every day, the little bits of wisdom and the things that I experience and see every day, how I'm navigating this timeline and dealing with all the ugly stuff that is rearing its head, and the attempt of darkness to basically grab control, like grasp control of humanity right now, and destroy the planet and devour light and destroy creativity, and basically bring us back to readdressing all the ugliest parts of humanity and all the horrible things that have reared its head throughout the course of history, basically readdressing everything and bringing us to a period where we destroy ourselves, destroy the world, destroy the planet. And I see myself as a part of the resistance, and how I see the resistance is holding the light, spreading the love, holding the joy, focusing on the things that elevate and push forward the timeline for humanity's ascension and healing, and, peace times, and for a better future. I believe that as a part of the resistance, I am a light worker, an anchor of the light, and it is my main mission to spread the love, spread the joy, spread love, light, and truth as best as I can, keeping my vibration high and holding that light. So as far as I'm concerned, it is not ignoring what is going on. It is with an awareness of what is happening that I do this. It's with an awareness of what is going on that I keep my vibration high, and I continue to learn, continue to grow, continue to pursue, and continue to live the best possible life that I can live in this timeline. So what I'm inviting you to participate in, or to watch or be a part of in this video, is I'm going to do something with my hands. I'm going to be a little creative right now, or just do something fun. I am putting string on these Easter decoration, these Easter tree ornaments that I got. They didn't come with any string, so I had to find my own string. So hopefully the string that I chose is good enough. I don't know if this is the best string to use, but hopefully it is. And I cut some already. I'm kind of annoyed that it didn't come with anything to use a string. It just had the holes. I'm not sure if this is the best one. Let's just spread it open. This might not be the best one. Okay, I'm going to go back to the drawing board for a second and see what I can find to use as the string. So just hang in there and I'll be right back. Okay, It's going to have to do because I cannot find anything better at this moment. So hopefully you'll have to do this string. But the theme of this video is about March reflection, and I'm going to share my thoughts on how my March was for the most part, since we are here to the end of March, the last day of March. Today is the 30th. I'm recording on the 30th. Today is practically done. It's Sunday. Tomorrow is the 31st. And I am not very confident in this string. Do I have string somewhere else? Okay. So tomorrow is the 31st of March. How did my March go? Well, as far as I'm concerned, my March went well. I have a lot to be grateful for. It was positive. The finances were good. The provision was good. You know, we had food. We didn't use as much eggs as we would normally use because we are trying to, we're trying to not trying to work within, the means of what is, work within the realm of what is. So the eggs are expensive. And we are going to refrain from the temptation to whine about it, to complain about it, to feel negative emotions towards it. I actually pretty much feel better resisting the urge of buying a lot of eggs. We buy eggs mostly for baking, especially to make baking easier on the kids. The video that I made this morning, I shared that we had bacon and eggs for breakfast. That is not a usual thing. We don't have bacon and eggs for breakfast often. Actually, we haven't had bacon and eggs for breakfast in a while. So bacon and eggs for breakfast was a special breakfast this morning because we had bacon and we had eggs. So I said, okay, what the heck? It's Sunday. It's a nice day, a nice wet, rainy day in spring, at the beginning of spring, and we got bacon and eggs in the fridge. Why not? Why not have some bacon and eggs? But we don't have bacon and eggs a lot. And we haven't in a long time. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because I feel like one of the things that I heard, in the beginning stages of, so one of the things I heard after the election results was accepted, after the election results were accepted by the majority, not me, but accepted by enough, by the majority of people, by the majority of people with power. I heard bacon. I heard the price of eggs. The price of eggs. The price of eggs. That is what the problem was. The price of eggs. And I made a video about it. Sometime, I think it was February or sometime, I made a video about it. Talking about the price of eggs and the fact that I'm cutting these things too short. But okay, I'll do better in the next batch. The fact that I went looking for recipes that use, especially baking recipes that use alternative other than eggs. So I found this applesauce muffin recipe that I enjoy. The kids enjoy. It's a different kind of texture. It's not as fluffy, but it is still a nice texture, and the kids enjoy my apple muffin recipe. I haven't really done a lot of baking lately. you know, experimenting more with the non-egg alternatives. But I plan to do that. I plan to still do some more experimenting and use more baking recipes without eggs, with egg alternatives, with egg substitutes. I just feel like, and I said this in the video that I made, the price of eggs. I might link it at the bottom in the caption. But I said this in the video that I made entitled The Price of Eggs. I would rather my freedom than cheap eggs. So I think it was quite silly of people to use, and unbelievable actually. I feel like that's what the media is telling us, because they want people to accept the lies. They want people to accept that this guy won legitimately, which is absolutely ridiculous. They want people to forget what they saw. They want people to forget the enthusiasm that they saw on the Democratic side. They want people to doubt themselves and to believe that they didn't see what they saw, or they misunderstood what they saw. You know, they want all that bullshit, right? So they want us to believe that a lot of people was concerned about the economy so much that they're eating the cats and eating the dogs, and all the hateful things and the hateful rhetoric that came out from the Trump campaign didn't matter because the price of eggs. So when I buy less eggs, or I refuse to buy eggs, or I don't use eggs much so that I don't have to buy much eggs, I feel defiant. I feel like that is also a part of the resistance. That is a part of resisting the nonsense and the crap about, you know, it's the economy stupid and the price of eggs, and that's why a majority of people made such a stupid dumb choice, you know, because of the price of egg, because it didn't matter the rhetoric, it didn't matter how awful they were, the price of eggs. So that's a part of my resistance, and that's a part of my defiance. So anyway, I kind of lost the train of thought of what I was saying. Let me just take a moment. Okay, so I had to pause for a minute just to remind myself of what I was talking about, because I kind of like went off a little bit. I was talking about the finances. For our family, the March finances were good. We paid everything that we needed to pay, and you know, it was good. We were able to pay our bills, feed our family, and do some things, and that's good enough. That's good enough. You know, we're making progress where finances is concerned. I could feel the covering and the blessing and the provision upon our lives, upon, you know, touching our family. I don't know how to word it, but I feel as though we are being taken care of and provided for in a time such as this. And that is one of the things that helps me to keep my vibration high and my faith up in this time, because I feel covered. I feel covered. Now, I would have mentioned this in previous videos when oh no. This is terrible string for this job, but it's all I got. Honestly, I thought that this thing would have come with something to put, you know, some form of thing to put in the hole, but anyway, some form of string or whatever. Anyway, I had to find my own. Anyhow, this is one of the reasons that I bought it, because of the bike here. I like this. This was cute. This one, so I got this. I just want to put a little something on the tree, you know. This is the first time I'm doing an Easter tree. So I didn't have any Easter decorations, so I got a few things from the dollar store, and I just wanted to add a little bit more, but nothing too expensive. So this is why I got this. I got these. They are, you know, this is what it looked like in the back. just little wooden ornaments. Okay. Yeah, as I was saying, yeah, I had to pause for a second so that I could retrace my thoughts, because every time I start talking about something else, like how I started to talk about the string and the picture, I kind of forgot what I was saying. Right. So I was saying that that is kind of one of the ways in which I'm able to keep my vibration high, because I feel as though the universe, the Heavenly Father, the higher power, the divine, whatever we're gonna call it, you know, I feel like my family is being covered in blessings right now. And as I had mentioned in videos before, that wasn't always the case. It wasn't like it was always like that. 2024 was hard. It was very hard from the very beginning to the end. And the finances was tough. It started to get tough like in spring. You know, it started out okay, and then it got really tough. And we had to like stick to the basics. I mean, we were struggling so much that we had to take out little teeny loans just to get by. We had to do the food pantry sometimes, not because we didn't have any food at all, but because we didn't have a lot of food money. And so the food pantry would help. Unfortunately, I felt like the food pantry was absolutely horrible. We get it, the food is okay, but really and truthfully, it feels like the kind of food that you give to people, poor people, to people without. It really is poor people food. Like the lowest quality of food that you could get free, and I wasn't really, I understand, like, if you need food, and food is food, but it's just something that I was not enjoying at all. I was not enjoying that at all. Even the simplest things like peanut butter and jelly was just not good quality stuff. It wasn't. It was like the greasiest peanut butter I've ever seen in my life. So some kind of tuna that isn't tuna, like I don't know, tuna that's not tuna. I don't know how to explain that. Soy based tuna. I forget. I don't have the can in front of me right now, but terrible tuna. It was just like the worst, poorest quality food that I've ever seen. Not enjoyable food at all. Even though they're basic food, they're not the food in the basic format that I am accustomed to. And I am very thankful to have always lived somewhere where we've had the ability and the opportunity to have and experience good food. The only problem with that is that when you have to do without and you gotta experience a little bit of lesser quality, you know the difference. You know the difference, and it's very hard to accept lesser quality of something when you have had better quality. So I personally would like to, I'm understanding and appreciating the value of money and resources and wealth, and I would like to work towards being able to have above and beyond just our needs, to have quality, and not just to have, but to have good quality stuff. And by stuff I mean our needs fulfilled, good quality food, good quality stuff for your hair and your toothpaste, and good quality good quality needs. I apologize if I sound a little bit like not well put together, but it ain't an easy thing to be doing something with your hands, and also concentrating on your words as well, you know. But like I said, this channel for me is just being authentic, just being genuine and authentic, and having authentic conversations with anybody who would enjoy hearing my perspective on what I gotta say on things. And you know, someday we can have more conversations, but conversations are only happen when people make themselves known. So if you want to have more conversation, if you want to respond to anything that I have to say, you have to put it in the comments. You have to comment, you know, and then maybe if I get enough people following my channel and I find my circle of people who engage and participate, and we have conversation, we get to know each other, we could do more lives and more, we could get more people to you know, we can have more conversations as opposed to me just talking and sharing my perspective alone. You know, I want to get to that point, but I don't feel like I need to rush it, and I want it to happen organically and naturally, and I want to find my people organically and naturally. So I will just be patient and take my time and work on my channel and work on my ideas and do the things that I feel called to do as best as I can. So let's continue to discuss March for me. You know, feel free to share what March was like for you. Like I said, you gotta comment if you want. If you want to have a conversation, you have to comment. If not, I can only share my perspective. If you want me to say something differently or talk about something differently, you have to comment so we could talk. I can be inspired by you. I can be inspired by what you have to say, right? So I talked about money. Money was good. I did say, you know, continue to work on my weight loss journey. I haven't made much progress in the actual capacity of losing any weight. However, I have been making progress in consistency. So I'm working on it. Consistency in exercising often. So keeping my body feeling good and feeling fit, you know. There were days where I used to feel like crap because I didn't exercise much and I felt it. So I don't feel like crap anymore. All I gotta do is work on the eating, adjusting how I eat, and continue the exercising, continue to incorporate more and different exercises. But in terms of feeling good, I feel good now. I feel good for the most part. You know, I still got a lot of work to do, but I feel good compared to how I used to feel. My body used to feel like so much crap because I didn't exercise much. But now I do. I exercise a lot. Actually, one of the battles that I have, from my observation, one of the struggles I have when I exercise is that exercising, you know, sometimes I hear people say exercising gives you an energetic boost or whatever. Not me. Exercising for me makes me feel extremely relaxed, and I usually really struggle to do anything else. I have to work on fighting through that calm and that desire to just go lay down and sleep for the rest of the day, you know, or for a while after exercising, because exercising makes my body feel a form of relaxation that I don't otherwise feel. I love that form of relaxation, but usually I can't really respond to it. I can't really relax and lean into it as much as I would like to, you know. So that is one of the struggles that I have, is that exercising relaxes me too damn much. My butterfly. All right. So let's talk about TV and entertainment. For the month of March, what have I been entertaining myself with in terms of television? I have been watching the Korean romances, the K romances on Netflix. That's what I've been watching in my me time, in my me TV time. I watch that. I enjoy it so much, but you have to read. You have to be focused because you have to read. But the storylines are so good and it's so pleasant and so warm and it makes me so happy. I enjoy those K romances so much. And I have watched about 4. I think it's in the month of March. I can't remember when I started watching them, but I watched 4 so far, and only the third one. 4? Was it 4? Yeah, it's only the third one that I didn't really enjoy as much because it was a little bit of a bittersweet romance, and it wasn't. It was sad. It was sad. It wasn't as warm. It was a little bit rough on me. It was rough. One of these days I might record a video sharing about these K romances, these Korean romances that I watch on Netflix. I've been watching Curious George, rewatching Curious George with the kids during family time. And other than that, what did we watch? We watched The Residents. We recently watched The Residents, my husband and I, and that was interesting. And I might make a video about that to a certain extent. But that was interesting. It was funny. It was really funny. So we'll talk about that a little bit. The Residents on Netflix. And I started to watch, but haven't finished. But I watch it in, here or there. I watched the With Love from Megan. Is that it? The one with Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle, however you call her name. I only watched episode 1. I watched episode 1 in on 3 different occasions because it was just a little in between thing that I would put on when I would probably maybe just eating in front of the television, or quick meal, something like that. I haven't really really watched the series as yet. But the first episode was absolutely lovely. It was absolutely lovely. And it gave me the feel and the vibes of the life and the future that I desire. I just want to live like that. I want to live like that. Create and be at peace and be happy and feel safe and feel protected and provided for and feel loved. I just want to live in that energy. Episode 1 was absolutely lovely, and it started out with her getting honey, and that is something that I'm thinking that I want to do someday is to keep bees. But it was lovely. She made candles and made different meals and fun stuff. And that's the energy that I want to live in. I have lived in that energy, and I want to live in that energy some more. Things shifted a bit for me when I started to try to focus on helping save democracy and save America from itself. Didn't manage to do it how I wanted to, how I was hoping, but I tried my best. And now America is in the hands of Americans, and I think that a mindset shift is needed. And I am praying for America, and I'm praying for America, and I'm praying for the world. I'm praying for America, and I'm praying for the world. Also watching on BritBox, Death in Paradise. I was watching that. I enjoy Death in Paradise. I've been really been loving the whole. I miss the Caribbean to a certain extent, and I miss the beaches. I miss the beaches, and the last two of the Asian, the the Korean, two of the Korean romance that I've been watching was with from featured small towns, like small towns, small, what do you call it, waterfront, oceanfront towns, or what, you know, towns by the water, by the sea. And boy, seeing the ocean, oh, I am yearning. I feel myself yearning and wanting to live somewhere like that. I don't know how to put a string on for this. They kind of didn't make holes in the ones that already had holes. I don't know where to put a string. I think they should have still have holes for these ones. Anyway, I find myself yearning, wanting to live somewhere like that, and I'm looking forward to what's gonna happen. What's the show that's coming on BritBox, because Death in Paradise is about to be finished. And what I usually do is I would usually like sign up for BritBox for these two series, Death in Paradise and Beyond Paradise, and they usually are out at the same time ish, I think. But this time around, they did not have them out at the same time. I think they're on to us, and they separated it, so I have to pay for BritBox a little bit longer. That was very clever of them. Very clever. There's not any other show that I feel is worth paying for the subscription on BritBox, but Death in Paradise and Beyond Paradise, I love those so much. I love them because of the beach. Well, I love them, period. The characters and the shows are very interesting. They're just lovely. They're just lovely. I love lovely shows, you know. But even though a guy murdered, still murdered by the ocean, you know. I don't know how to say it, but the vibes are good. So I love both of these shows, and they separate. And I lost my train of thought, so they separated them. So I have to, like I said, I have to hold on to the BritBox subscription a little bit longer. So bear in mind, again, like I said, this is just a chill video that I'm making. I'm having a conversation with you while I am doing something with my hands. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you enjoy the talk, you know, and the things that I share. I'm just having a little fun. And I hope that your march was okay. No matter what, even if you were a part of the resistance and you were protesting and you were out and you were making phone calls and participating in saving America and saving the world, because that is important. Trust me when I say that is important. We all got to do something. We all have a role to play, and that is important. I absolutely think they should have put holes in these ones that, you know, they probably didn't put holes because they already had holes, but I don't know where to put. That's not good there. Okay, I gotta put that somewhere else. And this scissors is dull. All right, so, you know, everybody has a role to play. Everybody has a part to play. And I don't know what I was talking about, so let me pause for a second and think about it. All right, so I put it in the middle-ish instead. All right. One more. Yeah, so what was I saying? March for me was good. And I was saying that everybody got a role to play. And you know, whatever you were doing, however you got through your march, and however you were a part of the resistance, whatever you were doing, I hope you did it with your light on. You know, I hope that even anger, as I would say, righteous anger, I hope that your anger and it is a part of the light. You know, I mean, our emotions are difficult emotions that, you know, every emotion matters. Every emotion is important. Every emotion is something that we need to work through and deal with, and they tell us something. They have something for us to learn or to know or to understand. And so there's no bad emotions. There's no bad way to do this. There's no wrong way to do this, and I keep saying that. So don't compare yourself to other people, because that's the problem with social media and doing this, is that we compare ourselves to other people, and we think that, well, they're doing it the right way and I'm doing it the wrong way. However you are doing it is your way, and there's no wrong way to do this, because we do not know nobody knows what the right way is. You know, I feel like the right way is if you're doing it in love and light and truth. But, you know, even the darkness has a role. Even the darkness has a role to play. There's a lesson to learn. There is an experience to have. There is something that will strengthen us and guide us and, you know, move us in the right direction. Move us where it wants us to go. So the good and the bad, the yin and the yang. The yin and the yang. Where is that camera? The yin and the yang. Is it showing? Can you see the yin yang sign right there? The yin and the yang, which is in the center of this visualization pyramid, that's what I decided to call these. My visualization pyramid. The dark and the light are all important. And I am continuing to be on a journey of learning so that I could have these conversations better and figure out how to word things better and talk about it more from a more broader perspective. A lot of the things that I talk about just comes from my core understanding of stuff, you know, but it all matters, and there's no wrong way to do this. And however we're doing it, as long as we are working towards our survival and the survival of our loved ones, and, you know, however we do it, there's, like I said, there's no wrong way, because we're just here alive and surviving and thriving and getting through. We're getting through. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. If that is, you know, if that is what is meant to happen, we will make it. If we don't make it and we come to the end of the line for ourselves, you know, that's probably what was meant to happen too. That's probably where our lifeline gets cut short, you know. But I mean, we do the best we can to work towards that not happening. We do the best we can to protect ourselves and to protect each other. We don't allow ourselves to be lost or without putting up a fight, unless we don't want to, unless we choose not to. You know, again, there's no wrong way to do this. If we choose not to put up a fight, then that's our choice, because it's free will. It's free will. It's all about free will. We are human beings that have free will to choose how we want to live and die. You know, we might not necessarily, if we give it our best shot, we might not necessarily be able to choose our death. You know, sometimes people do choose their death, but we might not be, for the most part, we might not necessarily be able to choose our death. But, you know, we give it our best shot. We do our best. We do the best we can with the life that we have, and we make choices every day, and there's no wrong or right choice. They're just choices, and they lead to different places. And it's like playing a game. You go a certain place, and if you hit a roadblock, then you walk around, you climb over, you climb under, you figure out how to get around it, or you stop and do nothing at all. But it's a choice. It's all a choice, you know. And every single one of us are navigating life and each other, and we are navigating, like if somebody is walking on a path and they stop in front of us and they block our path, then we have to figure out, well, again, are we walking around them? Are we stopping to say hello and have a conversation with them? Are we grabbing their hand and taking them along with us? Are we climbing on between their legs? Are we gonna jump over them? Are we gonna hit them in the face and tell them to move to F out of orbit? What are we gonna do? It's all choices. It's just all choices. The every day, every moment, every second, choices and free will. Choices and free will. And free will in the sense of working with what is, and working around the choices that other people make, and working through and with the choices that other people make. And again, there's no good or bad choices. They're just choices and free will. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm going to take a picture of the tree when it's done, and I will let you see what my Easter tree looks like. I am looking forward to April. I'm looking forward to April. We got one more day between. I'm recording this on March 30th, and I will probably post this, I don't know, maybe April 1st or something. I'll skip ahead because I do have a few videos that I recorded before this that I would also still like to post, even if they're, behind the times. I may post this, I may skip ahead and post this ahead of some, like probably April 1st, because I have something I'm going to post tonight and post tomorrow, so probably April 1st, Tuesday. What was I going to say? Or something like that. I am doing my best, but I'm a turtle. I have a life. If you like watch my videos, you will realize I have a life. I do a lot of different things. I have a life. I have a lot of things going on, so I don't always get to edit and post that fast, and I'm okay with that, because I would rather live my life than live my life in flow than live my life according to the internet timeline and internet people and internet strangers. So it is what it is, but I appreciate you for watching. If you watch the whole thing, don't forget to like and subscribe and share and comment and do all the things that will help me to grow my channel, help me with the algorithm stuff. And let's have a fun April, a blessed April. Let's still be a part of the resistance in whatever way we're gonna be. Let's be a part of the resistance. Let's resist going back. Let's resist fascism. Let's resist all the ugly parts of humanity. And I'm gonna keep showing you this card until I get tired of it. Let's hold that light and keep our bubble of protection strong and inspire other people to hold their light. Let's continue to hold the light while we wait for others to catch up with us. The Hermit card. And I look forward to posting, to creating more, to posting more, to creating more, to growing this channel. I can't wait to see 38 subscribers, and even 40 subscribers. I'm to 37 subscribers right now. So I can't wait to see this channel grow. I can't wait to see what April has in store. Let's be part of the resistance and keep our light shining. Keep that pure, beautiful white light inside our soul, inside our solar plexus, shining bright. Keep it shining, keep it glowing. Let's be creative. Let's be creative. And, do good things. Do good things. Do good things. Keep the Lotus Queen in your thoughts and prayers. And expect abundance. Expect good things. Live our life to the fullest. Be a part of nature and nourish our soul and live a healthy, balanced, rich, soulful, beautiful life. It's a beautiful life. Thanks for watching. Did I miss anything? Oh yeah. stay in balance. Stay in balance and remember to breathe. Remember to breathe. And have a wonderful day and night. Have a wonderful day and night, weekend, month, year, whatever. You know, just peace and blessings. Peace and blessings and lots of love. Thanks for watching.